Hey, what's going on? Yuri here. Just shooting some videos for one of our online programs, and I was like, you know what? Let's jump on the bandwagon here. I want to share with you in this video how Peloton can help you grow your practice. Kind of a weird uh, connection, but I'm going to hopefully make sense of it for you here. So, Peloton, biking company, a stationary bike, they obviously have treadmills as well. We got a Peloton bike probably about 2 weeks ago. It's been amazing. Like, I don't know if you've done any spinning or anything like that, but I found it to be really helpful because we have a gym in our house, and it's been so hot. Like, oh my god, even to go outside, it feels like a convection oven. But here's the thing: is like the reason we got the bike is uh, I like sweating, but I don't like running. Okay, it hurts my body. So one of the things that I've really enjoyed about Peloton is it kind of reminded me a little bit of how I got started in 2006. You see, I recognized that when I came online in 2006, I didn't want to just put out information because I didn't feel that really helped anyone. It would be like Peloton just giving you a bike and that's it. And I think what Peloton has done extremely well is they have instructors on the screen, they have leaderboards, so there's a competition aspect to it. There's tracking, you can see your output, your cadence, all that stuff. And it's really, personally, I believe that is why Peloton is so effective. It's a $4 billion company. Okay, it's massive. And they just went public, I believe, at the end of last year. So they're on NASDAQ now. It's a huge company, okay? And they're doing things right. So what does this have to do with your business and your practice? Well, here's the thing. And I want to talk specifically to you as the practice owner or the practitioner, is that think of this, metaphorically speaking. Are you on a bike just going for a ride, or are you riding a Peloton with coaching and the proper accountability? And I'll tell you the differences day and night, because if I had a stationary bike actually, you know what? It's funny, I do. Perfect example. So I have a Rogue Echo bike, which is like a wind bike. It's brutal, it's like back and forth with the arms. It's heavy. It's heavy duty. It's not very relaxing. So I do it once in a while. But the difference though is that bike on it is just a bike. There's no coaching. There's no guidance. There's nothing. Peloton is a bike with coaching and accountability. And there's music, and it's more enjoyable. There's a community. There's people encouraging you and challenging you. And it's like, if you're like me, you might be super competitive, and you're like, I'm gonna catch that guy who's in front of me, who I don't even know, who could be somewhere on the other side of the world, who has more output than I. But I'm gonna use that to challenge myself to go faster and harder and whatever. So the reason I share this is that because of that setup, I push myself. I go longer than I normally would on my own, and I get better results. Right? I'm getting fitter. I'm improving every aspect of my fitness because of that setup. If I were left to my own devices by saying, okay, Yuri, go on the bike for a workout, I'd just do it for like 5 minutes. I'm like, I'm done. Whatever. You have to have a huge amount of internal motivation to sustain that. So when it comes to your business, ask yourself, am I on my own bike doing my own thing, or am I capitalizing on the setup that Peloton has? So if you don't have the results you want in your business, it's really simple. You need better coaching and you need accountability. And obviously you need a plan, right? So I was doing a workout yesterday, which was a power zone training. I think it was something like that. 45 minutes long, 12. So here's an example of the plan. So I could jump on a bike, and here's the difference, is that I actually have a background in strength and conditioning. So I used to create follow along workouts. So I talked about when I came online in 2006, one of the things I did to stand out and separate was I'm going to create workouts where people can listen on their iPhone or their iPod to my voice guiding them through their workouts. So we had interval workouts on the treadmill, bike, elliptical. We had full body workouts. It was amazing. And I knew that that's what people needed, because I could give them here's the workout, good luck on your own, right? Or they could try to figure them out on themselves, and they're not going to get there. So the thing is, with the workout yesterday, doing the workout, and I'm getting a very specific protocols. Say, okay, 12-minute warm up, then we're going to do 5 minutes at this intensity, 1 minute at this intensity. Sorry, 1 minute at this intensity, 1 minute at this time, 6 times. And then we're going to do 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off at this intensity and this intensity. So that's the plan. They've given me the plan. So that's step one, is you need the right plan. Step two is you need the coaching. You need the coaching. You need the person who's going to push you. When my legs feel like lead and I just want to stop, and that coach is on my screen, he doesn't even know I'm here, but he shot the video as if it's live. And he's like, dude, this is when it gets tough. This is when we get to see what we're made of. When life gets challenging, that's when you see the real people. And like when you hear stuff like that, it pushes you. Maybe 1 more minute, 2 more minutes, 5 more minutes, whatever it might be. But we're going to get so much more than we would if we didn't have that. So we have the plan, we have the coaching, and then the second, or so the last piece really is the accountability, or not, well, the second last piece, I would say, the accountability and the community. Accountability, like no one's going to knock on my door if I don't show up and do the workout, right? That's not going to happen. And honestly, I'm getting pumped. I'm going to go work out after I actually film this. In fact, if you want to join me for one of the workouts, I might actually set up my iPhone on the bike and maybe do some of these sessions while I'm having a sweat fest. I think that'd be fun. So the third component is the accountability and community, where I see this leaderboard of like other people that are way ahead of me. And I'm like, no, that's not possible. Or maybe it is. And maybe I'm just not as fit as I think I am. So let me try a little bit harder and let me consistently get better every workout, every week, so I move higher and higher up on the leaderboard, not for the sake of being number one, although if you're like me, that is a big driver, but also looking at, my previous score for a 45-minute workout and how do I improve that? So there's a really nice component to that accountability and that community. And the final piece that I'll tie into this is a scoreboard. I know exactly what my output is. I know what my cadence is. I know what my the resistance is. So I have a scoreboard on the screen. And so if we bring these 4 factors in together, so we have a plan, we have the right coaching, we have community and accountability, and we have a scoreboard. These are 4 massively important ingredients that every single human being needs to achieve outcomes. I want you to think of a moment in your life where you achieved an outcome. I'll just use sports as an example because I played soccer professionally back in the day. Maybe you played varsity, whatever. You probably had a plan, right? Here's the plan. We're going to train 5 days a week. Here's what we're going to do in those sessions. You most likely had a coach. You most likely had teammates. And you most likely had a scoreboard. So you knew exactly where you stood at all moments. That's what you need in your business. And no one's immune to this. Nobody. The biggest mistake I've made in my life was when I thought I was too cool for school. So when I came online in 2006, from 2006 to 2009, I had no plan. I had no coach. I had no community and I had no accountability. And maybe I had a scoreboard, right? That was about it. I had the scoreboard. That's all. I was missing the other 3 ingredients. And there's no surprise that those 3 years were the biggest struggle of my life. I was working like 12 hours a day, building the online business, and I was making below poverty line income. And I don't want that to happen to you, right? With, whether you're building your virtual practice or your brick and mortar, I really want you to take this lesson to heart. And I want you to ask yourself, do I have the right plan? Do I have a proven plan to get me to where I want to go? And if the answer to that is yes, then cool, right? Where did you get the plan? Hopefully from someone who's already been there, not what you think is going to get there, because what you think is going to get you there is a shot in the dark because you've never been there before. Does that make sense? Number 2, do I have a coach? Do I have a mentor, someone who has done what I want to do and who can show me the way, who can show me the nuances, who can show me the pitfalls to avoid? Do I have that? Number 3, am I surrounded by other high-level entrepreneurs or practice owners who are also moving in the same direction that I want to go? Because let's be honest, most of us don't have a lot of people in our inner circle that do what we do. So it can feel lonely. And fourth is, am I tracking the most important numbers in my business? And not just revenue, not just profit. Those are afterthoughts. Those are what are known as trailing indicators. At the end of the month, at the beginning of the month, you can look at your P&L for the previous month and you can see those. But the problem is, if you don't know how to move those, then you're always behind the eight ball. So you have to know what your leading indicators are. You have to know what are the metrics that matter. And am I measuring those consistently? Am I holding certain people on my team accountable to specific metrics? And these are important to have in place because I promise you, like, success is a recipe. And if you're missing 3 of these 4 ingredients, you're not going to get the final outcome. I promise you, right? So if you're making less money than you want to make, just ask yourself the 4 questions. Do I have a proven plan? Do I have a coach? Am I surrounded by the right people? And do I have the right scoreboard? If the answer to any of those questions is a no, then you're not going to achieve the results you want. You could have the plan, but if you don't have the right coach and the mentorship, that person who's going to be on the Peloton screen to push you when you want to give up, or who's going to give you the insights when things don't go the way you want, you're not going to get there. When you don't have the community of people to continually lift you up and inspire you and be there to support you and keep you accountable to your goals, it's going to be very challenging because nobody accomplishes anything amazing by themselves. If you don't know the numbers to track and look at, you might be keeping track of the wrong score. And then finally, and very pervasively, is maybe you're following the wrong plan, because that's a big problem. Big problem now. People come into the practice through word of mouth. That's not a plan. That's hope and pray. Or maybe you're blogging or spending all day on Instagram. Listen, that's not, there are smarter ways of doing things. So I implore you, I implore you to ask these 4 questions. Ask the 4 questions, because those 4 questions are going to give you clarity about the reality of your situation. And if things are amazing and you're doing all this stuff, tremendous. But if you're not doing these things, then you now will be aware of 1 or more that need to be filled. And if you're looking for the right plan, if you're looking for the right coach, if you're looking for the right community, and you're looking for the right numbers to look at, the right scoreboard to be taking into consideration, then we can probably help, because that's what we do every single day with our clients. We've helped thousands of practitioners over the past 5 years build tremendous businesses, both virtually and brick and mortar. And if you want more help getting more patients and filling your practice and growing a business that is not a job that you're tied to, then we can probably help. And if you'd like our help, then listen, let's talk about how we can do that. So a couple options for you, depending on where you're watching this. You can either send me a DM, a direct message if you're on social. You can go to workwithyuri.com, so workwithyuri.com. Or if there's a button or a form or something below this video, then just fill it in, book in a time to speak with us. We'll show you where some of the blind spots are in your business, and we'll show you how to get clarity around those and how to move forward. Because the beautiful thing is things can happen very, very quickly when you have these 4 pieces in place. And I'd love to help you. I'd love to show you what we're doing with so many amazing clients who have been doing such great work for so many years, but just weren't rewarded with the business that they wanted. And that's frustrating, right? You try everything under the sun, nothing seems to work. You keep working more and more and more. And it's like, listen, if you have the wrong plan, you could be running as fast as you want to the east, but you're not going to see the sunset because it's on the west. So let's give you the right plan. Let's give you the right coaching and the right accountability and the right community of amazing people just like you who can inspire you and lend their courage to you to show you what's possible. And let's get you on the right path, all right? So let me know if we can help. Go to workwithyuri.com or fill in the form below this or send me a DM, whatever you're seeing on your screen right now, and let's take things to the next level. So that's how Peloton can help your business. Hopefully this finds you well, and we look forward to serving you.